Fight fans, welcome back to Carl Prusa MMA. Today, I got top 125 prospect fighting LFA 236 over this weekend. He's taking on Kyle Estrada. He is the little dragon. He is Mr. Kevin Fernandez. Kevin, what's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. So here we are, fight week. You got a really big fight coming up. You start to feel that energy? You feel that excitement?
Yeah, man, it's feeling good. Everybody's excited to watch me back in the cage, and it feels good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to be back.
Absolutely, man. You know, this is your first time out since October 25th, 2024. For some who weren't aware, what's been going on the past year or so?
Man, in that last fight, I broke my hand. I broke my hand in the second round. So going into that last round, I had to adjust a little bit, but luckily I still won by decision, and then after that, my baby was born like 2 months later. I had my daughter, and so I just been working, taking care of my baby, and healing back up, still training, helping my guys get ready, helping my teammates, still being in the gym, and then finally just started coming back, and I felt ready to come back. We looked at a couple options, and then this fight popped up. The guy accepted it at 130, so here we are.
You know, martial arts has become such a big thing in this day and age. So many people watching it. Very few people understand what's it like to be a professional fighter. When you're battling out on the regional scene like this, you're not making Conor McGregor money. You're waking up early. You're staying up late. You're sacrificing everything. It's hard to have a wife. It's hard to have kids right now. You're doing all this maybe for the chance at one of the big shows. You've been doing this for a while. You've had a lot of success. What's made you want to keep doing it?
Well, this is my life, man. I mean, I'm not gonna stop until I get all the way, and all the way for me is becoming UFC champion. So that's what I'm headed for. I've been so close to getting in the UFC. I feel like that, and just a couple minor setbacks, but it's like they say, minor setback for a major comeback. So after this fight, I believe if I take care of business, I'm getting in the UFC, and then I just got to get in there, make some noise, and do what I know I can do what everybody else knows I can do, and then eventually get that title shot, get that belt, defend it a couple times, retire a millionaire, and then just do what I do.
Absolutely. You know, one thing anyone can know is watching you fight, man. You're a very fun fighter. You're always looking for the finish. Hands are good. The jiu-jitsu wrestling's really good as well. For you, how big of a focus has it been to try to get as well-rounded as possible?
Honestly, I mean, I never really, it wasn't so much of a focus as trying to be well-rounded. Honestly, it was just loving martial arts, and then just, I didn't have to like focus on trying to be well-rounded. I just fell in love with jiu-jitsu, fell in love with wrestling, fell in love with boxing, kickboxing, karate, Muay Thai, and then just all of it together. You know, I've been a fan of fighting since I was a kid. I've always liked everything, bro. Like any type of cartoon, movie, TV show, anything I would watch, I would just hope to see a fight scene. Like I'll be watching Batman, Ninja Turtles, or any type of movie I'll watch, even if it's not about fighting, and they throw a single punch, I'm like, yes, like that's what I like to watch. You know, I grew up watching WWE, so I just always liked the combination of fighting everywhere. And so, yeah, I love being able to beat people up in many different ways. So,
you know, one thing with you, what I love, man, you're a top 125-pound prospect, and you're fighting other guys that are equally as tough. When you look at your topology, you have a bunch of wins over guys with winning records. You're not padding your record at all. For you, how much pride do you take in finding guys with experience and finding guys with good records?
Yeah, I take pride in that, man, because I feel like not other guys are not doing that shit. There's other guys in here that are fighting bums, and I've seen a lot of people, and it's hard not to be like, not to talk crap about them, but I'm like, man, dude, like these guys be looking good, or people be saying, man, this guy's good, and I go and I look at the guys' records that he fought, and it's like it's shitty, dude. But yeah, we never did that shit. I mean, my coach believed in me. We always had hard rounds in the gym. I've always trained with good guys and had hard battles in the gym. And then we always believed in my skills. My coach believed in me. I believed in myself. And so whenever we go out there, we never had to like look for an easy fight. It was always like, let's go out there and show them what we can do. Like they don't know what we can do, but we know what we can do. So we just go out there and do it.
You know, you've had some great wins in your career. You know, one guy that I'd like to highlight here, I think your third fight as a pro, you took on Cody Lynn, guy who would now become APFC champion. For your career, man, how important was that victory?
At the time, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, I knew he was Ben Rothwell's prodigy, so I was like, that's cool, fighting Ben Rothwell's guy. I mean, yeah, like all them fights, I was fighting guys from big gyms, guys with big resources, big names, big coaches, and famous UFC fighters in their corners and shit like that. But I thought that was cool, but I never thought like I'm not gonna talk shit, bro. I'm not gonna talk shit, but just know I'm the little dragon, man. I'm up here, man. But yeah, man, I never thought it was too much of a big deal at the time. I just thought I was just doing my thing.
Absolutely. You mentioned the little dragon. How did that nickname come about?
My coach gave me that nickname. He promoted me to black belt in his striking system, the Lamb striking system. He comes from his parents were black. His mom and his dad, everybody in his family, uncles, they're all black belts in karate. He got black belt in taekwondo and all that. So he has his Lamb striking system, which is a culmination of a lot of martial arts, and his style of striking is what he calls it, Lamb striking system. So he promoted me a black belt in that, and it was my last amateur Muay Thai fight. We took a fight like on 4 days notice, and it was like I fought at 145, so I didn't cut no weight for that fight. I remember it was on 4 days notice when my coach called me for that fight. I was literally baking cinnamon rolls with my girl. We had been eating cinnamon rolls for 3 days straight, and then he called me and he asked me if I wanted to take this fight at 145. It was on Halloween. I fought this tall ass dude. He was like 6'3", and smoked him, and then in Oklahoma. And then after that, when I came back to the gym, coach surprised me with the black belt, and he gave me that nickname, Little Dragon. And he said it was his uncle's name, and that they would call him that. And I think that's also what they call Bruce Lee. I think they call like little karate students, up and coming little kids that do karate, they call them Little Dragons and stuff like that. Plus, I've always been I've always been the smallest guy, one of the youngest guys in the gym since I started at 15. So I was always like Lil Kev, and so just I've always been little, but I've always been able to do what I do. So I guess the name is fitting.
When you look at the U.S., there's different hot pockets for mixed martial arts. You're from the state of Texas. There's a lot of martial arts in Texas, tons of events. You got some great fighters, Derek Lewis from over there, Macy Chiasson, Michael Aswell, Josh Fan, Kevin Holland, yourself. The list goes on and on. What's it with Texas in combat sports?
I have no idea, man. I think we're just tough like that. That's what we do. We're the Lone Star State. We're the greatest country in the world. So that's what it is. We're just tough like that. Chuck Norris type of vibe.
Absolutely. For you, do you think that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
100%. 100%. It's like 80% mental, 20% physical, something like that, 90 or 10%. Because you never know, what I'm saying? Like your mind can take you a long way. And even sometimes when you feel like your body can't do something, but that mind is just going to keep pushing you know what I'm saying? So it's a big part of it. It's more mental than it's physical. Yeah, for sure.
So you're getting ready, taking on Kyle Estrada here at LFA 236. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent? Guy been in the LFA for a bit, fought in Bellator. What do you think of him?
He's good. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's really experienced. He's got a nice little style. I remember him whenever they offered me this fight. I was like, this guy seems familiar, and then like I knew the name, but I just couldn't really remember exactly where. And then I looked him up, and I was like, yeah, I seen this guy fight since I was a kid. Like since I first started training, he was already fighting pro. I remember seeing his fights, and I think I actually made my pro debut. I think he fought that same night. I'm not sure. I remember him.
I got pretty excited when I see this one. When you look at his record, there's a lot of finishes. When you look at your record, you have a lot of finishes. But for you guys, you like to go for the finish. You're fun, exciting fighters. Would you be surprised if this one goes the distance?
No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in the fight, and we're both smart fighters. So I don't expect it to be easy to finish him. And I mean, it's not easy to finish me. So yeah, you never know what could happen.
pretty soon in August, there's going to be a reality show that's going to air every Tuesday night. It's called the Dana White Contender Series. With a big win here, you feel like we might see you on that show this season?
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility. I mean, honestly, I feel like with a big win here, I could just jump straight to the show. It just depends on how good I look, I think, and just see what Dana wants, what Hunter wants.
Absolutely. You find that 125 division. I think that division's so funny. So for a while there, a lot of people would call it boring. They didn't like the little guys. I think Demetrius Johnson was in there beating everybody. Now that's one of the most fun divisions in all of combat sports, from the regional scene to the UFC. 125 is absolutely loaded. Does it excite you knowing that you could be in that division?
Yeah, it's exciting. I've always thought we were the most technical, and um, I think they were talking about killing off the division at one point. I'm glad they didn't, because I would have had to bulk my ass up to 135. But yeah, it's about time they put respect on the 125 division. We're the most technical guys. I mean, I feel like the smaller guys are the most technical, and now we got a bunch of different characters that are, bringing eyes to the division and stuff like that. So it's good for me. Now I get to come in and do what I do.
Absolutely. The life of being a professional fighter, it's a roller coaster. For you, how do you think you have grown and evolved as a person from competing in martial arts?
It's definitely kept me more focused. It's kept me humble, and just everything. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am today without martial arts. I wouldn't be where I am today without martial arts, and it's good. I feel like everybody should partake in martial arts, or at least train a little bit and learn how to defend themselves, and learn, because it helps you learn more about yourself. And for sure, martial arts is a big part of my life, and yeah, it's helped me be more of a level-headed, more focused, more just who I am today, chill, and helped me concentrate, gave me direction, gave me a path.
What do you want your daughter or your child to take on from this journey?
Just like to never give up, to be tough. I hope she looks at me and sees how I do, and yeah, just for her to believe in herself and be strong and be tough, stuff like that.
Absolutely. There's so many people that are watching it. Now we have a term called the casual fans. And I think for the most part, the casuals understand you're trying to get in the UFC, you're trying to win belts, all that stuff. But very few people, in my opinion, understand the fight outside of the fight. And to me, that's that fight not to have to clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, clock in at 5. That's that fight to secure financial freedom. That's that fight to live life on your own terms, not follow societal norms, live a life you want. For you, has that been a big part of the journey?
Yeah, that's been a big part of the journey too, because from where I come from, and being from watching my grandparents and my people, I'm Mexican, so we're hardworking people, and I can look at my family and look at everybody working hard, and we go down to Mexico and see my people down there working hard, and just like the neighborhood I live in and the city I'm from, you can see. You can see what it is, man, and life is tough, and these people are tough. So I'm like, man, I have an opportunity to do something. I'm gonna go all for it, and it gives you that motivation, that drive to just keep pushing, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to break out that race, and yeah, it's definitely it's a big drive for me.
Absolutely. For you, you said you were a big fan of this. Growing up, who are some of the guys that you idolized? Who are some inspirations for you?
I grew up watching Cain Velasquez, Fedor. Like, Cain Velasquez was my favorite. Of course, he was the first Mexican American champion, and I grew up watching like Fedor and John Jones, Daniel Cormier. Those are some of my dudes, and yeah, I always, like, my main guy was Cain Velasquez, and Fedor.
Absolutely. For you, what's the ultimate goal? What are you looking to accomplish in this?
Legacy, man. I just want to be remembered as one of the greats. Like I say, Cain Velasquez, Fedor, John Jones, Daniel Cormier, and like even outside of MMA, I grew up watching like boxing. I like Floyd Mayweather, Canelo. Later on, like came Terrence Crawford. I'm a big James Toney fan, and you can look at. I grew up like watching highlights. You know, you watch the Sugar Ray Leonard highlights, watch these like montage, these videos and stuff like that, and it's just like there's that glory and victory and to be a warrior and go out there and win, and people remember people cheering for you, and many years later, people talking and respecting you like, oh, this guy was a beast. This guy was good. He was great. And many years from now, they still remember your name. So that's what I want. I always wanted to be like remembered as one of the greats, one of the best to ever do it. So, and then everything else that comes with that is, you know, the money, the belts, all that stuff comes. But first you got to chase, like the first things first, you got to put in that work and get your skills up and go out there and whoop some ass. And then once you build that legacy, everything else comes with that. But most importantly is just to be remembered as one of the greats.
Absolutely. All right, Kevin, last question for me, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome June 26th when you make your return to LFA when you take on Kyle Estrada?
The outcome is a TKO finish in the second round.
Absolutely, Kevin. Well, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your night to talk to me. Really excited to see you get back in the cage, bro. This one's going to be an awesome one. I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's it for us to have Carl Peruzza. He is Little Dragon. He is Mr. Kevin Fernandez. You can see him making his return to the LFA cage June 26th, taking on Kyle Estrada. Going to be a fun one, fight fans. Take care.